हेलो। 10,000। मनोज का भी कितना बोला उसने? हाँ, उसका भी 10 ही लगा। सिर्फ दो ही बच्चे हैं अभी तक। बाहर बाहर। पिछली बार बात उठा पाया था ना, तो उसके बाद लेना, उसमें 5 रुपये कम करके से ले पिछली बार बात अरे आज कहाँ रह गए सब? 5 मिनट हो गए।
हम्म, क्या लाइट क्या हुआ ऐसे? हाँ। हम्म, बात-
हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं। पार्टिसिपेंट्स कम हैं बहुत। Today we started chapter number 6, that is plant nutrition, and we were studying about the different essential elements, then its classification. In that classification we saw uh, two types of essential elements are there. First one was major or macronutrients, and in that again three subtypes were there, that is basic, primary and secondary. And now we are going to study the minor or micronutrients, or it is also called as trace elements. These particular elements, they are required in very small quantity. Already I had told you in the session, and total seven elements are there which are minor or micronutrients. ठीक है? That is iron, magnesium, zinc, copper, boron, molybdenum, chlorine. Out of these seven elements, four elements are called as micronutrient cations. Three elements are called as micronutrient anions. ठीक है? Which are the four elements? Iron, magnesium, zinc, and copper. These four elements, they have positive charge, and hence they are called as cations, whereas boron, molybdenum, and chlorine, they have negative charge, and that's why they are called as micronutrient anions. These elements, they are provided to the plants with the help of different chemicals or with the help of different fertilizers. Those fertilizers are called as, examples are ferrous sulfate, zinc sulfate, or borax. All these fertilizers, they are inorganic in nature. Okay, so this was all about the micronutrients. Now the next point is functions and deficiency symptoms. Now these points, they are very important for your examinations. Functions means what? The elements which we are going to study, the total 16 elements. Okay, all those elements, they have certain specific role in the life cycle of the plants. Already we have discussed that essential elements are the elements through which there is growth and development of the plants, and without these elements, plants cannot survive or they cannot complete their life cycle. Okay, this we saw in the morning session. So they, all these elements, they have certain functions, and if there is a deficiency of these elements, then, or the quantity that is required by the plants, it is not up to the mark, then those plants are going to show a certain deficiency symptoms. Okay, certain symptoms will arise on deficiency of these elements. So that functions and deficiency symptoms we are going to study. Okay. First, the general functions means, if all the elements that are required by the plants, if they are present in the soil and they are absorbed by the plants, then we are going 10 common functions. Which are the common functions? Like their structural constituent, it will be good. There will be a good framework of the plant. Framework means what? The branches, the leaves, the flowers, the fruits, all these parts of the plants, they will be well developed, they will be good. Then these elements, they are also the components of different cells. We all know that plants or all the living things, they are made up of cells. So these elements are required for all the functions of this cell, as well as the metabolic activities that are going on in this cell. For that, these elements are required. Then they are also used for maintenance of the cellular organization. Then these elements, they are also helpful in the energy transformation or for the enzyme action. That is, they also play a catalytic role, okay, in different kinds of reactions. Okay, these are the different or common functions of essential elements if the quantity of the element is up to the mark. Okay. And when the deficiency, when there is when the nutrients are low in quantity, or if they are deficient, then the growth or development of the plant will be limited. Okay. There is a pause for the growth and development. And if that deficiency, if elements, if it is very high, quantity of these elements is very high, then plants are going to show us certain deficiency symptoms. Okay. Growth and deficiency symptom, these are the two different things in case of the plant. Growth is a bit reduced, then there will not be that much effect on the end product of that plant, that is the yield. But there is deficiency symptom, then definitely that plant is going to give us low yields. Okay. So depending upon the quantity of nutrients present in the soil or in the plant, it's again one classification is given. If the nutrient content, if it is very low, or when it is considered as deficient, when the plants, if they give us limited growth and there is production of deficiency symptoms on the plants. Like for example, if there is low quantity of nitrogen present in the plant, then the vegetative growth of the plant, it is going to become very less. And we all know that vegetative growth, it should be maximum. Take a number of tillers or tillering, it should be maximum. But if nitrogen is deficient, then that number of tillers or the growth, that is number of branches, then on that number of flowers, it is going to reduce. Okay, when the nutrients are deficient. Okay. Then nutrient content, when it is only associated with growth reductions and there is no any deficiency symptom, then it is termed as insufficient. The nutrients are insufficient, but they are not deficient. Okay. They are present in such a quantity that there will not be any deficiency symptom, there will not be any disease to the plants. Okay. That condition is called as insufficient nutrients. Then when the nutrient content is in such a quantity that the growth, the development, everything is good, and we are going to get a good crop yield from the plants, then that nutrient content range is called as sufficient. Okay. It means that nutrients are present in good quantity. If because of that growth and development will be good, because of that the yields are going to be very high. Okay. And then there is a one more definition, and that is when the concentration or quantity of this nutrient, it is very high into this hospital. Let us take the example for this. Suppose we are growing rice in 1 hectare area. The fertilizer requirement, or the nutrient, not fertilizer, the nutrient requirement of 1 hectare area of rice is 100 50 50. or 100, 50, 25, depending upon the variety which we are growing. What is this 100, 50, 25 or 100, 50, 50? 100 kg nitrogen, 50 kg phosphorus, and 25 or 50 kg potassium. Okay, this is the nutrient requirement. So for completion or for providing this nutrient to the soil, we are going to apply fertilizer. We If we want to provide nitrogen, the fertilizer applied is urea. If you want to provide single superphosphate, and if you are going to provide fertilizer applied is muriate of potash. Okay, depending upon in these fertilizers, the quantity is fixed. Okay, example, I told that 100 kg of nitrogen is required for 1 hectare area of paddy. So urea applied is 217 kgs. Okay? When we apply 217 kg of urea, the soil or the plants, they are going to get 100 kg of nitrogen. Okay? This is the recommended. We are applying this dose, the nutrient content is going to become sufficient. This is the sufficient, will be good. But instead of 217 kg, he is thinking that if I apply more quantity of urea, I am going to get more yields. Okay? So with this thinking, he applies more quantity of fertilizer into the soil, and because of that, they become toxic. Okay? If more quantity of fertilizer is applied into the farm, as per and not as per the, again there will be a bad impact of those fertilizers on the plant. Okay, the there will be growth reduction. Then there will be scorching effect. They are going to look like they have been burnt, जला दिए ऐसा दिखने लगेगा, because these fertilizers, they have a effect on the plants if applied in more quantity than the recommended dose. Okay, so these were the four terminologies regarding the application present in the soil or nutrients applied to the soil. Okay, so we'll see now the functions and deficiency symptoms of different kinds of nutrients. Total 16 nutrients are there. Okay, स्क्रीन वगैरह का कोई इशू नहीं है ना? आवाज या स्क्रीन का कोई इशू है? कहाँ गए सब? ओके, अभी भी बीच बीच में अटक रहा क्या? ठीक है, आई होप सबको बराबर आवाज आ रही है. Okay. Uh, in the morning session, I already told that carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. These are the three elements which are naturally provided, or they are naturally present in the soil, in the air, in the atmosphere, and because of that, the plants, they get that. So there is no any deficiency symptom of these three elements, but they have certain functions. Okay, like example, I'm not going to explain all the functions as well as the deficiency symptoms. We'll see just 1 2 3, and rest you have to study. Like carbon, it is the backbone of the plants. Okay, because I already told that we have discussed that. Okay, everything is made up of carbon, and that's why it is called as. Okay, as soon as you just burn a little bit to the plants, you are going to get the that the branches or the leaves, they are going to convert turn into carbon. Like, then
Yeah.
second one is hydrogen. It is useful for building sugars. Then it maintains turgidity or turgor rigidity in the plants. They are helpful in the electron transport chain. This particular thing you are going to study in especially biology. Okay, electron transport chain, or which is found in photosynthesis as well as respiration. All these details you are going to study in. Then oxygen, we all know the important role of oxygen. They are used for breathing. They are useful in the photosynthesis, respiration. All the metabolities, they are completed only when oxygen is present. Okay, and if we look the other benefit, there is breakdown of glucose. They are breakdown with the help of oxygen, and to they are used to produce ATP, adenine phosphase or something like that. I don't remember its full form, but this thing you are going to study in biology. Now, these three elements, that is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, they are not important for the examination. The rest, among again these 13, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, these 4 5 elements, they are very important for subjective type question, and rest they are important for objective type question. Okay? What type of objective type question may be asked? Like zinc. When there is deficiency of zinc, benefits or functions are given here. We'll focus on now deficiency symptoms, because they have certain specific diseases on the plants. If there is deficiency of zinc, there is Khaira disease in rice, or in diseases found in maize, that is white bird. So these are occur on the plants when there is deficiency of zinc. Likewise, copper. If there is a deficiency of copper, then gum formation or dieback is seen in the citrus plants. Citrus plants means sweet oranges, santra, mosambi, grapefruit. These are the citrus fruits. In that fruits, or in the plants of those fruits, we problem, that is gum formation or dieback, or alternate name may be citrus decline. Then due to the boron, there is cracking of fruits. Cracking of fruit, especially in pomegranate. If there is boron deficiency, we all know the peel of the pomegranate, it is very hard. Okay, not very hard, but it is hard. Boron, then those fruits or they crack from the outside. Okay, this problem is seen in case of pomegranate. Then molybdenum, if there is deficiency of this particular element, then riptail in cauliflower. It is one very important diseases found in cauliflower, and it is due to the deficiency of molybdenum. And if you see the functions, they are little bit similar to each other. Catalytic action, chlorophyll, then protein synthesis or chlorophyll synthesis or RNA synthesis. These common functions will be seen in this particular. The functions of nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium, which are very important for your examination. It is an element which is very important constituent of chlorophyll. We all know that chlorophyll is very important for photosynthesis. Okay? And that chlorophyll is produced with the help of nitrogen. You can get the actual advantage or place of nitrogen in the plant's life cycle or life. Okay? Plants cannot survive. Okay? Dark green color to the plant. We all know chlorophyll is the pigment which is green in color. Okay, so if nitrogen content is more, the plants are going to get. Then I already told you that due to the nitrogen, the tillering or there is, okay, vegetative growth is more. After vegetative growth is completed, then the second growth, that is reproductive growth, starts, that is flowering and seed formation. So before that, vegetative growth is important, and that is due to the nitrogen. Nitrogen is also used or required for the formation of amino acids, proteins, nucleic acid, and we all know that amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. So if amino acids are formed, proteins will be formed, and nucleic acid or the nucleus of the cells, for that also nitrogen is required. Then it also increases the acceleration or utilization of the different constituents that are present in the plants. So these are the important functions of nitrogen. Similarly, if there is deficiency of this element, what symptoms are seen on the plants? So we'll see that first one is stunted growth. The growth of the plant, it is reduced. There is restriction in the foliage, because already we studied that it is helpful in vegetative growth. So if the quantity is low, the vegetative growth will be low. Then pale yellow or light green color is seen on the leaves if there is nitrogen deficiency. And if it is present in good quantity, it is going to impart dark green color. Already we have discussed this. Low yields of crop. If vegetative growth is low, definitely reproductive growth will be low. And last one is shedding of leaves and fruits. If nitrogen content is low, the leaves, they are going to fall, the fruits, they are going to fall. Okay, they are not going to remain attached to the plants. So this these are the very important functions as well as deficiency symptoms of nitrogen. Okay. Second one is phosphorus. Phosphorus, it is constituent of nucleic acid, coenzymes, phosphoproteins, and phospholipids. Okay, all these things, they are present in the plants, and phosphorus is the constituent of these all materials. Then they are helpful in nodule formation, especially on the in the pulses. We all know that leguminous plants or the pulses, they belong to the leguminous family. So leguminous family, they have a very special role of nitrogen fixation, special function of nitrogen fixation. So if phosphorus content is more in the soil or in the plants, root nodulation will be increased. And if root nodulation is increased, nitrogen fixation is increased. Okay, so that is the very important benefit or function of phosphorus. Then they also increase the number of tillers, and they also increase the ratio of grain to straw in the crop. The quantity of grain, it is going to increase, and the quantity of straw is also increased. Both the things are increased if there is good phosphorus content in the soil and available to the plants. Then this particular element, it induces early maturity. We discussed this, I think, yesterday, that uh, due to the vernalization process, we can induce earliness in certain plants. Okay, and if the quantity of phosphorus is good, it also induces early maturity means what? The plants, they will become ready to harvest in say 5, 10, 15 days earlier than the normal days, if phosphorus content is good throughout the life cycle of the plant. Then phosphorus, it is very helpful in the plants to become tolerant to drought, to cold, to pest and diseases. And they are very helpful in increasing the growth of the roots. Okay, so these were the important functions of phosphorus. We'll see the deficiency symptoms. If phosphorus content is low in the soil, then it is going to restrict the growth of the plants, that is especially fruits and roots. As we discussed, that phosphorus content is good for the root development of the plant, so that roots will be uh, their growth will be restricted. Then its deficiency, it imparts bluish green or dark green color to the older leaves. We all know that older leaves, they have light color, light green color, or they show us a little bit yellowish color. But if phosphorus the color of that older leaves means, again, it is two type of leaves, sorry. One, very old leaf, and second, the leaves which are going to produce, are very helpful in the photosynthesis process. Okay, if they have good dark green color, then they have good photosynthesis rate. But if there is phosphorus deficiency, the color changes to bluish green. ठीक? And dark green is also seen in the older leaves which are going to fall. The next is it suppresses the growth of the lateral buds. From the buds, new branches are going to arise, or there is formation of flower, and then from that flower there is formation of seed. So that lateral buds, they are going to be suppressed. Their growth is not up to the mark. Then it delays the maturity of the crop. ठीक है, we saw that if phosphorus content is good, there is early maturity. So if the quantity is not good, the maturity is delayed. Then especially in case of potato tubers, if phosphorus content is low, then rusty lesions are seen in the flesh. Means if we cut the potatoes, we are going to see that inside there is brownish color lesions. ठीक है, same, which looks like there is a rust present in the potatoes. Okay, so these are the deficiency symptoms of phosphorus. Next is potassium. Potassiums, they are very helpful in the efficiency of the leaf, as they manufacture sugar and starch. Then they also control the movement of the stomata, that is opening and closing of the stomata. This concept I think everybody has studied in biology. Then it plays catalytic role in activating different kinds of enzymes. Okay, catalytic role means what? It fastens the reactions. Enzymes, they are already catalyst, and potassium, it becomes catalyst for the activating of enzymes. The next is it is helpful in maintenance of cellular organization. Because cells are organized if potassium content is good, they are produced in good number if potassium is good in the plants. Then if potassium is there in good quantity, the plants, they are going to become resistant to attack of different kinds of diseases. Then it can also withstand heat stress as well as moisture stress. And last function is it improves the quality of the fruit. Quality with regards to the color, with regards to the flavor, taste, size, shape, all these parameters are improved if potassium content is good in the plants. Okay, so these were the functions of potassium. Next is deficiency symptoms of potassium. If there is deficiency, the plants, they are going to remain stunted, and there is bushy formation. The plants, they will not be open. Different branches which are normally developed in the plants, that open growth will not be seen if there is potassium deficiency. They will show us bushy growth. Then leaf margins of the plant, they turn, which are normally green in color, they turn brown. Leaf green, or they are somewhat reddish in color, light reddish. Okay, but it converts to brownish color. Then there is shortening of internodes. What are internodes? We have discussed this. All the plants, they have nodes, then there is a gap, again node, the hard portion. So two hard portions, in between that there is internode. These internodes, they become very short. Internodes should be their distance should be the distance between two nodes should be a little bit more. So that distance is reduced if there is potassium deficiency. As well as there is drying of shoot. The shoots of the plants, they dry away if there is potassium deficiency. Then again, in case of potato tubers, there is blackening. Blackening means what? If you cut the potatoes inside, you are going to see there is black portion present in the potato tubers. Okay, so these are the different deficiency symptoms of potassium. Rest, uh, there will be short. Calcium is again important. See, calcium, it is a constituent of cell wall. Calcium content is good, cell wall is good. Then they are required for mitotic activities. We all have studied the mitosis, that is the cell division. If calcium content is good, cell division will be good. Then it activates different kinds of enzymes like phospholipase or ATPase, okay, which are helpful in the glycolysis reaction or cycle. Then it plays very important role in soil amendment. Calcium, they amend the soil. That is, they bring the soil to fertility. If they have moved towards certain, say like acid soil, they have become acid or they have become saline. So that salinity or acidity can be amended with the help of calcium. Then they are also helpful to translocate the sugar in the plants. They move the sugars in the plants to different locations. Then it neutralizes organic acid, which are very dangerous or poisonous to the plants. Okay? They uh, make that organic acid to neutral zone. So these were the functions of calcium. Deficiency symptoms: it affects the meristematic portion of root as well as terminal buds of the plant. They die if there is deficiency of calcium. Roots, they remain stunted. Okay? Roots, they are not fully grown. Then there is marginal chlorosis. No, marginal chlorosis means what? The margins of the leaves, they become, their color is changed from green to yellow. Chlorosis means what? There is yellowing of the uh, margins of the leaves, and they, because of that, there is premature falling of the flowers as well as fruits. Premature falling the flowers without producing fruits or seeds, they fall. So this happens due to the deficiency of calcium. Okay, so these were the functions and deficiency symptoms of certain important nutrients. Okay. Hmm. फंक्शंस एंड डिफिशियंसी सिम्टम्स यहाँ पे अपना हो गया. इंटीग्रेटेड न्यूट्रिएंट मैनेजमेंट, या इसके आगे का जो पार्ट है वो एग्ज़ाम के बाद मैं लूँगा. ठीक है, इस पार्ट को मैंने स्किप करके रखा. ठीक है, खाली केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर्स यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है. इसके कुछ 5 या 6 टाइप्स हैं: स्ट्रेट फर्टिलाइजर, कॉम्प्लेक्स फर्टिलाइजर, फर्टिलाइजर मिक्सचर, माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट फर्टिलाइजर्स, फिर सॉइल अमेंडमेंट्स. ये इसके 4-5 टाइप्स हैं. ठीक है, ये भी कल के लिए. आज के लिए इतना ही काफ़ी. ठीक है, रेस्ट इंशाल्लाह कल देखते हैं. कल अगर टाइम मिला तो, वरना मंडे ट्यूसडे 2 दिन हमारे पास हैं, क्योंकि एग्ज़ाम शायद से वेंसडे से स्टार्ट होने वाली है, मंडे से नहीं. हाँ.